Hey, what's up, peeps? Whoever's watching this, we're gonna work today with the Redcat. As you can see, it's all taken apart. This is the backdraft 3.5 nitro. There's your fuel line and all that good stuff. I'm gonna put this guy away on the floor because we're gonna work with a diff. I'm gonna put that over here. We have this diff over here, and we have some silicone differential. I have a grease, but I'm too lazy to look for it, so I'm going to go ahead and put some grease into this guy. And it's a differential grease. It's a 10,000. I like it nice and thick, if I might say. I do have a handy screwdriver, Phillips, because this car carries Phillips screwdrivers only. Does not carry hex system. So we're going to go and we're going to use that Phillips screwdriver. I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm getting a little dirt over here. Now that's way too much, but we're going to work with that. We have plenty of napkins and we have plenty of room to work with this. So I'm going to put this thing, and I'm going to close it right away so I don't get this crazy. And I feel it's working nicely. This is done by Redcat, so I'm not expecting a huge improvement. I put the grease, make sure that everything is getting lubricated, nothing is overheating there. Again, the motor, to my knowledge, has a great torque, which is excellent. Or 0.21 is pretty much better than 0.15 or those smaller motors. And they are nitro motors, so the RPMs are really high. They ref extremely high, therefore they create a lot of heat. And again, the torque is really, really strong. Now I believe this is for my rear diff, so I'm not going to even touch that. Now these screws, I have screws like all over the place, and I am going to find out what's going on. We're going to put screws, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 screws. We're going to put 6 screws. I'm going to look for these 6 screws. I'm going to put them in and close this case, and hopefully toss it to the rear of the car and see if I have all the parts that I need, because I think, actually yes I do, I have all the parts that I need. So we'll go from there. I'm going to post this video, and once I'm done with the rear diff, I will show it to you guys. It's only going to be 6 screws, so it's not a major thing, and I'll get back to you then, alright? Alright guys, so we are back. All these screws are nicely tucked in, as you can see. I know you believe me guys, but these screws they fit perfectly. Mind you that when the diff, you put it sideways, you try to move it sideways, it's extremely hard. However, this is the gear that moves it around, and it's kind of tough. I'm not sure why. I can move it with my fingers, but it's very slippery. When I put this in, it just goes nice and freely. And as I'm doing this, this side, if you can see, it's moving, so it's a good sign. Again, if you grab these two, they should not be turning. If you move one, it's turning hard. I might have a problem with this because it is so hard. The old one obviously was worn out, so it really wasn't moving freely. I mean, it wasn't really hard. So this one is a bit hard. I'm hoping that as the project goes along and I start driving this RC, it will move forward and it will start moving nicely. I am not upset because this piece is moving fairly okay. You don't want to have loose in your diff. You really want to have it nice and tucked in, not really tight. This is pretty much, as you can see, I'm moving this extremely freely. These two, I'm not even paying attention because they have their own rotation as it is. If you move it opposite way, it's not going to move. If you move one, it will move. Let's take a dog bone, and it's, again, my hands are freaking slippery, but I can't with this one. Let me try the pins. It's moving. See, it's moving. It's getting more resistance because it's moving more gears. On one side, you're moving more gears. So again, I'm hoping only this gear will make the motion right here, and this gear moves these two opposite dog bones. So we're going to leave at that because I will have to install this into my rear diff, and the way it goes, it sits right there. But this rear diff sits on the chassis, so I'm going to have 4 more screws to put it on the chassis, and after that I will be able to install my top and move from there. Okay, so hopefully I'll come back in a few minutes and get it done. So far I'm happy with this. I don't remember how the heck it was assembled or disassembled at this point. I might have to look on the internet, but should be easy and self-explanatory. So there won't be a big deal. So I'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, so a little problem I ran into. These holes for these screws are so minimal, and they're so small, and they're so tight that I have to fit the holes with a screw that I'm going to install, and make a kind of pathway for it to go in, which is a pain, but if I do not do it, it will make it extremely hard for me to install on a chassis. So I'm going to stuck with this for a little while. The 2 top screws, they go through a plate. Let me grab that camera really quick for you guys so you want to take a look. There is this plate right over here. So these 2 screws, they go through your diff. They go through these top holes. Alright, these 2 top holes, these 2 screws go in. I am assuming. So since I am assuming, it will only show me if that is the truth. Other than that, right now I'm trying to install this rear diff of course in the back, and see if it all makes sense. Alright, so bear with me, guys. I mean, your 7 minutes is like my 20 minutes because it's all labor right now and has to be done and installed properly. So I'm going to try to be right back, alright? Just be patient. Alright guys, so I have installed the rear diff. It is tight. It is tight, but I like it. It's it's a 4-wheel drive. It's got to have stability, and it's got to have tightness to it. It cannot be too tight, and if it's loose, your car is going to be all over. Any minute the car gets any torque from the motor, it is going to go out of control because there is no resistance at the transient, and there's no resistance at the rear or front diff. The funny thing is, this is a 2-speed transmission, so that second speed is definitely going to give you some uncontrollable movement. If you can see, I don't know, you can't, but let's take a look, and you're not going to see it anyway, but these rear axles are moving freely. Very nice. Could be a little bit of less resistance. That thing is going to wear out regardless, but they're moving nice. The transmission is moving nice. Look at this. 4-wheel drive. I'm moving this with my finger. It is feeling extremely comfortable. So I am very happy. I have the rear diff. Right now I am going to, I don't even know what the pins are going to. Damn, that is so funny. I don't even know where the pins go to. Bam. Awkward. Alright, there's one there. Oh boy. This might be an interesting build. Guys, stay tuned with me. I gotta figure how the rear goes back in, because I have no clue. I took it apart, and something you guys shouldn't do, take things apart and not remember how you put it, how you took it out, so you won't have a problem putting it back in. But that's the beauty about every RC that I get. I will rip it apart and I will find ways of putting it back together. That's the beauty about it. So I am going to, I know this piece over here goes right there because it's for your body pin, so that's an easy gig. I gotta see how the rear end goes in. Again, bear with me for 1 second and hopefully I get this going. I would have to buy my remote control to this because the one that comes in, it's kind of iffy. It doesn't really light up. So the dilemma, the rear diff was busted, and the radio didn't work. So it kind of does suck. So pretty much, I got to see how it's gonna go. I know a nice remote control, the Sky 3C or 3B, it's like $37, and you can have what is it, 10 RCs memorized to it. So I'm definitely going to go with those down because I got about 6 RCs right now. So I'm pretty much on the top of the line, a few more, and I'm going to be out. And I'm still waiting for my truggy, waiting for my birthday. Maybe somebody will send me a nice gift. You never know. Anyway, so let me go ahead and post this again, and hopefully come back and make this long video very informative for you guys when you guys have this little guy. What to do, how to do it, what problems to expect, and anything else. All right. So just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, guys. I totally forgot how the arms go in, but apparently the way they go in is you got this back piece over here that you got to put in, which doesn't snug in that easily. Then you have this thing over here that I'm showing goes in the front. I remember in the back, but now. Yeah, well, God knows. The pins, if you take the pins, they actually go inside. I'm not really sure how they do not fall out. That's the funny thing. One goes over here, one goes over there. Now this is funny because you guys are actually doing this with me, and you guys are learning with me. Here's your pins. So go figure how the arms go inside and these pins don't fall out. I really don't know. I am going to have to do something about it. I'll have to come back with an idea. I'm not really sure. Let me see how it fits. If I can put the A-arms. Probably I will end up doing the A-arms. Let me put this on the floor like this. I have a dog bone sitting there, but that's okay. See, the way. Okay, I gotta go this way. Bear with me, guys. There's like, this is very interesting how it goes. Let me try different ways and see what's gonna happen. I don't want to waste the time on this video. All right, guys. So give me 1 second. All right, guys. Look at this tolling this guy had set up. I guess this is in the back, so I guess he didn't want to flip over too much. The diff, it's again stiff, but it's good. We'll work with that. But anyway, look at the tolling. It's crazy. Look how sideways it is. It's like everything is so stiff. Like the shocks were like extremely stiff. If I mean, this guy had it like this. I understand. He had. I mean, this is ridiculous. I'm definitely gonna have to fix this. I'm gonna have to bring this up. But how the hell do you ride a freaking car like this? This is. I mean, it's it's doable, but Jesus Christ, let's not go crazy. I mean. That just rolling looks funny, dude. It's like, well, we'll see. We'll definitely straighten it out. I guess this guy had to be a major basher because this guy must have been bashed around like crazy. I have everything installed in the bottom. Still got to screw into the sway bar. I ran out a couple of screws, believe it or not, and I haven't even installed this to the chassis. 5 screws left that actually make sense in this car. And the other ones, they kind of long, so they don't make sense. But you know, usually you guys say like, "Oh shoot, I ran out of screws." I actually got extra screws, and what? Again, 1, 2, 4 screws at the bottom, 2 screws at the top. I should be just fine. I got a few screws left. So this is how the tolling is. I mean, this is ridiculous. We definitely got to work with that. I might actually work with that before I even install it into the car. And guys, give me a few more minutes. I'm gonna see if I can squeeze this in a couple more minutes. Bye.